The quicker we can finish this.
Oh, I say we do cigars while we do this.
No, let's do the afterthoughts and then we can do another man din because we have to get more footage for Paul to edit into our episode 2 man din.
You're on, but
There's a man din.
Yeah, this is kind of like uncut.
No. Stop it.
Behind the scenes.
What? This is good
Director's
stuff.
cut.
Wait, are we supposed to stand over here?
Are we supposed to be here?
Sure. The light is better. The light is better here.
Aaron,
Look at what an awesome cinematographer I am.
we already had afterthoughts of Andy and Aaron.
It's true.
A while ago, yeah.
That was a great.
Oh.
So this is like afterthoughts part
my
2.
jacket?
Go ahead.
Are you cold?
Yeah, I'm cold.
Don't
Chivalry is not dead. You can edit this. This is for posterity. This is good stuff.
Oh, learn how to edit.
This is for prostatry.
That was weak. I had
Protagonist.
something
That
for
was
this.
pretty. I had something for this.
Archer
You meant
reference.
Sammy Davis Jr.
Bob Marley.
He's good at those.
Okay, so what happened in your game? Well, actually, we kind of saw that. What are your thoughts on the game?
Well,
Afterthoughts.
Lacy.
Ladies first.
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, I don't think we made it clear in the video. I don't know if we did that we were doing 6-minute turns, and that was incredibly rough. I forgot a lot of things. Yeah, so it was a lot of thinking on my feet and
Quick and slippery.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know what thoughts I have except I'm really glad that Cormac's feet gave him extra 50.
Well, what do you think of your list in general? I mean, do you?
I like my list. Yeah, I think if I hadn't had the 6-minute turns, I probably could have utilized it a little bit better with what I had, just thinking about all that I had. So I really liked how the list played.
Did you feel like it was more melee centric or like range centric, or did it have like a particular strength that it played to? I'm such an awesome interviewer.
I'd say that it was probably pretty melee centric.
Yeah, I feel like it was too.
When
Because they like to go in and hit things
Well,
and then run out.
I mean, your blood trackers, they were able to do quite a
They're
bit
more
of damage.
ranged, yeah.
They were able to pretty much scrap my main hardcore unit. I mean, not hardcore, like hard, like Seattle, but my main block. My Horgenhold Forge Guard, they were able to get in there within about 7 inches and pretty much just pick them apart. They got them down to 3 models before I was able to strike back at all. I was able to kill my own number, but by that time it was lost cause pretty much. So that pretty much folded up my entire left flank before I was able to strike with them. So that was just like 10 points gone. So those blood trackers, they really made their points back. They were decent in melee. They were really good shooting.
They actually worked for like the first time.
You put prey on somebody and that's pretty much it.
So, Mark, how about you? What was your MVP unit? Which one did you? What was your clutch unit here,
Well,
or crutch? Yeah, how are you gonna look at it?
I didn't really have an MVP. I guess you could say Gudrun kind of tied up that Warp Wolf. Gudrun got hit pretty hard and then transferred all that damage to the Boker, and so the Boker got shivved up his giblets pretty quick. And then Gudrun took a little bit of damage, and then he took more damage, which killed him. And so because of his hangover, he was able to fall down with binge drinking and get all of his wounds back. Yeah, like owner, like model. And so Gudrun kind of functioned as a one-man tar pit for a few turns there, which I guess is essentially if he isn't waiting around in light infantry taking people apart with berserk, that's what he's pretty much good at. At the same time, he was supported with the Ogre and Assault Corps. The Ogre and Assault Corps, they did a little bit of damage range and a little bit of damage melee, but they functioned, again, more as a tar pit. So it's kind of like a light to heavy jack as opposed to the heavy infantry, which is pretty much how I use them.
Okay, so this is a modified. You're playing a 35-point game, so this was a modified version of the hardcore list. You're planning on taking the lock and load.
This is essentially going to be the core of the hardcore list that I take the lock and load. The hardcore list is going to be this list that I have here, plus 2 more Bokers, one for Thor Steinhammer and one for Gorton himself, and then I'm probably going to put a heavy jack in there. Everybody seems to love the driller. You guys love the driller.
Probably is. Yeah.
The driller really hasn't performed that well for me thus far. I might put in the basher and work over the next month, testing out the basher and seeing what kind of. I'm all about focus. I'm all about focus efficiency, and something like the driller, where you need his feet to pop at the right time with the right charge lanes. And 4 focus, which is all but one of Gorton's focus, so it's essentially, I mean, it's for the driller to really take anything apart, which it will take anything apart. You need to just suck all the focus, and so I'm not a real big fan of that. I have a few questions for Lacy,
go for it.
mind. How did you feel about how Chromac performed? It seemed like he wasn't really going for the gusto. He was really holding back. Page 5. But
ooh, calling you out.
Your other jacks that you were bringing, or not jacks, excuse me, constructs, beasts. They were kind of
not bitter.
Picked apart a little bit. Megalith didn't survive the game. You transferred enough damage. So how did you feel about how Chromac performed?
I feel like he did okay. I feel like I liked kind of having the beast out there and him kind of hanging back and kind of doing his thing and then able to come in and crush at the end.
Yeah, obviously at the end, Chromac was able to gut Gordon like the limpy pig he was.
Yeah, I think I almost put Chromac out too far before he turned into a beast, so...
Okay, and that's why you think that he got some damage before he was able to make his assassination run.
Chromac?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think I put him out too far.
If there was one thing in the game that you would do over again, or was there a particular moment that you would do differently, looking back on it? Is there?
I think I tried to charge Megalith and failed the charge twice, and that probably wasn't the most effective
It was
use
the
of
feet
Megalith.
landslide really hampered you with that.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think... Without the 6-minute turns, I think I probably could have done
those 6-minute turns, even at 35 points.
Okay, so why exactly, for everybody that doesn't know, why the 6-minute turns?
Oh.
Why are we playing with 6 minutes?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Generally, we've been trying to play with 7 to 10 minute turns at 35 points just so that the turns don't drag on indefinitely. You don't have somebody going, hold on a second, I'm gonna, use the loo and then get a beer and then maybe, have a round of booze hammer. We like to keep.
Who would do such a thing? Yeah.
But that's a 7 to 10 minute turn. The 6-minute turns essentially is because, along with Rev Random and Apollo, I am going to lock and load. And so playing hardcore at lock and load, there's 7-minute turns with a 3-minute extension, and really individuals like Lacy, they've agreed to help me practice a little bit by running 6-minute turns instead of 7-minute turns. 6-minute should ostensibly sharpen our gameplay like a fine whetstone on an ancient sword blade.
Sharpen your rapist wit.
Sharpen my rapist wit. And so that's why the 6-minute turns. The 6-minute turns were extremely nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Definitely they were. Felt them. You really felt them. This wasn't like a 10-minute turn where you're like, oh, I didn't have the opportunity to casually move one of my mini infantry units forward.
Yeah.
How many beasts and units do you actually have in your 35-point force?
Okay. Megalith, Warden, Morpulf, the Trackers, and Chromac. So including Chromac, that's 5.
So you have a full unit of infantry, and then you have 3 beasts, and then Chromac.
1 beast
right.
and 2 constructs.
1 beast.
Calling you out there, Professor.
Entschuldigen bitte. And so for my list, I have more infantry than you do.
Yeah,
I have 1 big block of my Torgenhold Forge Guard.
6 guys.
Yeah, my Ogre and Assault Corps.
Yeah.
So I have the 5 units of Ogre and Assault Corps, and they generally function in concert, so I don't really think of them like an infantry unit, but they have that wide footprint, being 40mm bases. And then I have a lot of my gun buddies. So I think I actually had you outnumbered at the beginning of the game. That quickly dissolved when you pew, 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 when you use your
Those blood trackers are nasty.
Your blood snorter or your blood trackers to take out my organ hole. Blood snorters. That's what I'm calling them from now on.
You can slap him, Lace.
People say the weirdest things on film.
Who do you think was the MVP?
You get Targ out here.
Yeah, I know.
My army?
Yeah,
Probably the blood trackers.
the blood trackers, because they got rid of my reaching sword master bricks quickly.
And your the rock ram.
That's right.
They
The
killed him
Hammer
too.
Rock Ram. They
So
got rid of that.
I think
He was basically like a giant
Pincushion?
Lego construct. He was worthless in this game. He rushed in and was able to kill one blood tracker in melee.
Yeah, I think.
And then it was like, what options did I have? Rejoin the main body of my army and then try to shoot at a construct.
That guy's
Speeding caught on film. What was that license plate again? Santa Barbara PD?
Well done, sir.
Sorry, he's probably drunk.
So, Andy?
Yes, sir.
Aaron?
Oh, yeah, actually, do you want to jump in there? I mean, you were a third-person observer, Aaron. I mean, do you have any other thoughts?
Well, I didn't see the whole game because Andy and I were playing, but I did see the end of it. From what I saw, it was a pretty good game. One thing that I was a little curious to me, Lacy, and maybe it was just the pressure of the time, but you kept shooting his jack, which has this huge armor, and ignoring his jack marshal that's controlling the jack.
I forgot about it.
Aaron will be punished later for calling out his fiance on the web.
I really forgot about
He-
him.
for that one.
somebody's gonna.
See, I guess
somebody's in trouble later.
Behind you was-
Yeah, I just didn't see
But,
it.
but,
I literally
but at the same time, even if she had been shooting at Thor Steinhammer, would have been able to have prospectively kept him from tuning up one other jack one turn. Because he was jack marshaled to the specific jack, and because he could have only used pronto on the jack that he was jack marshaled to, it was only the tune-up, and you can't really use tune-up with another battle group's gun buddy. It just doesn't work like that. So I actually think that targeting the rock ram, even though you did it on let me see, what's that thing, accident, that it was the smart thing to do, because when you took him out, then I had this 3-point guy with a blowtorch who he could have done a little bit of damage in the last turn if we had gotten there, but he essentially, he didn't have any of them big guns to be able to tote around no more.
Well, but I mean, do you think that if he was taken, what's his name? Thorstein. Yeah, if he was taken out early, I mean, would that have affected your
play? Crippled the Rothammer. It would have, the Rothammer, instead of having essentially, right? I'm sorry, veteran Merc players.
Veteran air quote user too.
Yeah. If he would have essentially gone from having 3 focus down to no focus, and so it would have been like a marshalless jack, which marshalless jacks are
stupid,
not that effective.
All right. Well, do you guys have any closing thoughts that you want to add?
I got a dash, guys.
All right. Cool. See you later, dude.
We'll see you guys later on.
See you later, Michael.
So, no, I think that's it. All right, thanks for watching, guys. This is Santa Barbara Wargaming
Saying peace.
Catch you on the flip side.